All right, DFW Shed Sessions Podcast.
Yeah.
Man, we got another one. I'm Luke Paul Beats.
Yes, sir.
We got the beautiful Professor Man Will.
Hey.
We got the good brother J Ell Groove in the building.
Tis I.
And we got a good one tonight, y'all.
Man, listen, Lou, I know I've said this before, but I actually mean it this time.
Are you going to behave?
Nah.
Yes.
Yes.
We in Drummersville. This is Drum City tonight.
Drum City, baby.
We here.
Drum City.
We here.
Drum City,
Yeah,
Texas.
we got the good brother Braden Price in the building.
Y'all top it up for him. Make some noise.
Yes, sir.
sometime.
Hey, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
This is going to be a good one, man.
So, man, how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
How's your mental?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
Yeah. You know, it's more my physical that's it's questionable right now.
I think that's a better question. How's your bike?
Man,
First of all, what happened to your bike?
originally,
Yeah.
man, I was playing.
Yeah.
I was playing at what's that spot? Alexander's.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And for whatever reason, at the time we started, it was pretty warm.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got myself a whiskey Coke.
Yeah.
No water, no stretching. Just sat down, and it's my home kit. So I just had some busted throne
Yeah.
that was about this, maybe this thin, and I was playing 3 songs in. Took one sip. I'm talking about it was right after I took one sip too. One sip of my drink, and then all of a sudden, bow!
Oh, man.
And I was done. Like I couldn't move. I finished the first set.
Yeah.
But I was leaning against the wall like this and just trying to play with my hands.
That's
and,
rough.
And like tippy toeing the bass drum. And then after that, I was just like, man, I can't do it. Like the first time in my life that I ever felt like that. I'm like,
Pimp in distress.
man, pimp down. I could not do it, and we ended up having to call somebody. Luckily, they were even available, and they ended up doing the second set, like piano, vocals, and that's it. And then he came for the third set, finished it out.
Okay.
And I got my ass in the truck and hurt all the way home.
Yeah.
Boy.
And just laid in the bed. Next day was Easter. It was supposed to be at church.
Yeah.
And then I called them early in the morning and said, yo.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, had to put some tussin or something
I
on
can't do
it.
it, man. I couldn't even get up
First
out
of all,
of
you
bed.
wild. For
That's
tussing.
Yeah. I couldn't even get out of bed. I couldn't sit up. I was stuck.
Oh,
That's-
man. Yeah.
Man,
Crazy.
especially as a drummer, because I've had back issues too. I know I was giving you shit for it, but I've had back issues too. But it's like, dude, it's something. We did, and I hate to sound like that guy, man, but it's like it's facts. We're getting older, and it's a lot of stuff that we used to do. That we did when we were younger. Like we could be out all night, drink all night, and be up for that service like early in the next morning, like nothing happened. Like we was able to do all of that stuff, and now it's like
I go see chiropractors and
Bro.
dude.
It's
I get my back cracked, dude. I go see chiropractor. Have you been to a chiropractor?
not a
before?
chiropractor, because I've had different people tell me either A, it's cool to go there, or B, I should probably go to like a physical therapist or something.
Yeah.
'Cause it's just different people's opinions about it. But I've had now on tour, we've had like a guy come up and he was a chiropractor, and he's done a couple of things.
Yeah.
And I wasn't mad at it. It felt cool or whatever, at least until he tried to do my neck.
Yeah.
I don't mess with that.
I got you.
That's too scary for me.
Nah, dude.
Oh, yeah. You talking about when they do the neck thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
From
man, nah,
personal
dog, I don't
experience,
like that.
From personal experience, I say try chiropractor.
Try.
Yeah.
Try chiropractor. I've been to a couple, man, and cause so like for me, my everybody this old man conversation. So yeah, we'll get to the stuff later. But
not too old.
Yeah, right. But no, so for me, my hip bone is actually imbalanced. You know what I'm saying? And so every now and again, I got to go back to a chiropractor, and when they crack me, they straighten it out. You know what I'm saying? If you ever see me in person and it look like I'm standing like one to the side, that's because my hips my hip, like do like this or whatever.
Okay.
But
This conversation is just so funny.
dude,
Talking about y'all hips, your hip
Dude.
bones.
Oh, I say my story ain't over yet. I still got about 2-3 weeks after that.
oh yeah, jeez. And then you got kids. You got all toddlers too.
Bruh, all under 5, man. 5, 3, and 1, bro.
Ooh, man.
Man,
It's just
and
crazy.
they still want to play.
Oh man, they
They
running,
still,
running, sprinting everywhere they go.
Man.
I can't keep up no more, bro. I'm done.
Yeah, man. So what ended up happening after that? Besides you getting denied your husbandly.
She watching too.
Shame on you,
Shame.
man.
Shame. I mean, made me wait, dog. Pissed me off, dog.
She was taking care of you.
Yeah, I
She
guess
was
that's what you
taking care of
gonna.
you.
That's what you can call it.
We was trying to get her to take care of him. He would have been
That's what
healed.
I'm talking about
So
healing hands.
Wait, so you're saying because she's the reason why you're not healed right now? That's what you just said.
I ain't gonna put the blame on nobody like that. I don't want to do that. I'm saying
He could have been healed sooner.
That's
Is
what
what
I'm saying.
This
Yeah,
is what
recovery
you-
time might have been.
Healing is the children's bread. That's difficult.
Mark said, did he miss the prayer for your bread?
We talking about that
was
right
about
now.
Jay was about to pray.
Yeah. We can do a prayer.
Shout out Mark Ayers in the building. What's
Mark
good?
Ayers.
Yes, sir. Yes,
What up?
sir.
But
That's the
yeah,
homie.
man. Well, but you good now? You fairly decent now? You just careful?
Fairly decent. I mean, I retweaked it. What's today? Monday, Wednesday. Last Wednesday.
Jesus.
So I got to a point where I had no pain at all. I thought I was.
And you,
Oh,
I
this
thought I was
testimony
angry.
service.
and you,
Yeah.
and you forgot yourself.
No
And
pain.
yeah, straight up. Like, no pain. So I was like, I'm over it. It's good. And I just all the I guess physical therapy or whatever I was doing, the habits that I was trying to form to get there. Once I was good, I forgot all that
Yeah.
stuff. I wasn't drinking enough water again. I wasn't doing. There was a whole bunch of stuff I wasn't doing. Wasn't stretching nothing. And they were like, my homeboys were like, let's go bowling. Cool.
Ooh.
I'm with it. I'm with it, dog. Went bowling. We played 2 games. First game, everything was fine.
Yeah.
That second, third frame
That mud.
of the second game, boy, I said, eat. And my body was like, hey, dog. My body was like, hey, bro, you just like it wasn't even days. You just got out of this.
It's like, oh, so you didn't learn, huh?
You didn't learn nothing, bro. Had to go through all this all over again. Thankfully, it was testimony. Thankfully, it wasn't as bad as the first one. You know what I'm saying? But just got through with a massage appointment again with Paige.
Shout out to
Peasy,
Peasy,
man. Yeah, man.
Paige Hicks.
Book her.
Yeah.
Especially musicians over 35.
Yeah.
Just do it,
Yeah, man.
And did that. Feel a lot better now, of course. Been back on my water. Bought a water bottle from Amazon that tells me what time to drink. Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, you real about it.
The wife, first of all, the wife.
next level.
Credit to the wife as well. She wasn't playing. She made me go to the doctor. I was putting it off and doing all, just she really. I couldn't walk at one point. She was helping me walk. It was a whole bunch of stuff, man. She was really held me down, except for that part.
Except for that one time.
Except for that one part, everything else, she held me all the way down. I give
got
all
you.
credit to her for
Shout
that.
out, man. Shout out to her. Yeah, very cool individual.
Love you, Krista.
Yeah. So, how? Actually, no. I'm gonna say that because we got to start right. We like to start from the rooter to the tutor and get.
We got too excited over here.
Right. This I guarantee this almost happened before we press play. This almost happened before we press. That's why we had
For sure. Q Philly, what's happening?
Q Philly in the building. The board is in the building.
Wait.
Hold.
Q, this is Professor Mel. I'm going to tell you the same thing I told
Nope.
Jay.
Let's go.
I'm going to tell you the
Nope.
same thing I told Brandon.
Disregard.
Gummy was the subject matter at our last live. Okay, this is not a board meeting. Okay, none of y'all are at a table.
Don't use the
Y'all
right.
are not about
That's
to
what I'm
get
talking
on.
about.
No,
Disregard all of that.
no.
You here
You
for
need to
all-
listen. Okay.
Because it's gonna be one episode when the whole board is
Man.
here, and that's
Without
gonna be,
him, and we gonna just-
and that's gonna be a fool.
We just gonna.
We're not
Man.
going live.
Mark Ayers said he got a Chinese homegirl, Yang Yang, that'll work on your back for 20. Yeah,
Well.
I know Yang Yang. She got picked up.
There we go.
She
'Cause
got.
I was about to ask.
Yeah, she got picked up from Harry Hines during a raid. So Yang Yang ain't available right now.
Wait,
Don't
what?
Don't ask me how I know.
As a whole, I know how you know.
Yeah, so Yang Yang ain't available. But nah, shout out to everybody in the building. DFW
Yes,
Shed Sessions. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, for sure,
share
for
this,
sure.
share this, make sure y'all interact with us in the comments, ask us questions, all that good stuff. Like I said, we got the homie Brandon Price in the building. We just here chopping it up, man. Long time brother.
Yeah,
brother
yeah.
of ours, man,
Long
for sure.
time, man.
Do what you got.
Yeah, so let's start from the beginning, man. Let's see how'd you start in this music thing.
Shoot. Well, if I go by what my mom told me, I was sat on the piano first
Okay.
by the minister of music at my grandmother's church. Sat on his lap. No crazy shit.
Don't it suck you got to say that now?
No, yeah, man, don't it,
Wow.
dog? No, for real. But sat on his lap, just was, doing whatever I was doing on the piano. And then apparently he prayed for me, anointed me to play music. I started piano first.
Okay.
And I was like, back in the day when they had the rulers.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, man.
You get that pop, yeah.
So was able to play like Beethoven Fur Elise by like 5, I think
Oh,
it was
okay.
like 5 or whatever. And that was a lot of soreness in my knuckles.
Yeah.
Because of.
Yeah.
But that was cool. I mean, then but at like 4, I was banging on pots and pans. The whole spill, just banging on pots and pans, pissing off my parents.
Right.
Even though they were musicians as well, or my mom was a singer, my dad played drums as well. But,
dope.
But still pissing them off. But also getting like a one of them toy
Yeah.
drum sets.
kits, yeah.
Yeah. And I remember seeing a video of me like at 4 or 5 playing with my dad. He was really into Take 6.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
And
Shout
then,
out.
Yes.
And then like on the secular side, he was into like Will Downing, like jazz, and just stuff like that. So I would start playing just along with that, the music just going on in the house, just playing with it. And then church, got into church. Of course, had to start off playing bongos because it was already.
You have to work. You see,
Yeah.
You had to work-
first,
yeah,
you start on fries.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Do they do that anymore? People like start off on,
Start on fries
percussion
and
or
shakes them.
whatever at churches anymore. Do they even grow musicians in the church anymore like they used to?
Man.
That is a good
Man.
question.
That I don't, man. That's a real good question because
But you have to have willing workers to do it.
because
Facts. But usually the kids be willing. It'd be the old. I don't want to say.
He said facts.
no,
He said
It'd be
facts.
school that be on the drums that don't want to get up to let young boy. You know what I'm saying? So like, now I usually see like if I go play at a church or whatever, I'll see on the percussion it'd be a grown dude that's not a percussionist.
that ain't got nothing to
kidding.
do,
Yeah.
and they
Just wanna be a part.
So
You just wanna be a part.
So
Be a part of the band.
to get to your question, what I see, I don't necessarily see the development. I see just these random people just trying to come up and be a part, and people letting them.
Yeah.
And people really not saying, hey, don't do that, do this. Because it's like with us, we got told, hey, no, don't do that.
Yep.
That's wrong. That sucks. Or that, what?
Yeah,
like when I was coming up, I got people here, like, me and Mark Ayers, we grew up together, like,
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
same. It's like, bro, they wouldn't even let me play for offering.
Man, look,
I wasn't good enough.
it wasn't
You know what I'm
y'all
saying?
for real.
I couldn't even play for offering. Then it's like, okay, now you can play for offering. Now you can play for the youth choir.
Exactly. There
Now
were
you-
stages.
Sunshine Band.
You know what I'm saying? Now
You had to
can
graduate to each
Yeah,
level.
now you can play for the youth choir, and then okay, now you can play for. You know what I'm saying? You can play-
Sunday for the praise team. Maybe, and that's a maybe.
You know,
Did
what I'm saying?
did y'all have to sing in the choir?
Yes.
Yes.
For sure.
I led a song.
For sure. I started.
You led a song.
Yeah, I had a song.
Yeah.
I had a song.
I started off in the soprano section. I ain't gonna lie.
How does
I was young and had a high voice. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like it just, and then I, and then I graduated to each section, got to the tenors, and then I got to the percussion,
Yeah.
and then I got to the drums. And I want to shout out real quick, Ulrich Smith. He was the drummer at my home church back in the day, and he put me on. He was the one to take me on Saturdays, come to the church, sit me down on the drums, and he would be at the soundboard or whatever, put in a CD. At that point, we were doing, I think, y'all remember that DVD that DVD, Dennis Chambers
Yeah.
and Tony Royce.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
in the pocket. Is
In the
it that
pocket,
one?
Yeah.
in the pocket. He would put on that CD because the CD came with what they were playing and then the instrumental, no
Yeah.
drums.
Yeah.
He would put on the drums and wouldn't let me hear what they did. Just be like, find the one.
Play to that.
Because it was fusion, so
Yeah.
you kind of, as
Oh,
a kid,
yeah.
you might not know where the
Right.
one was at that point. He was like, find the one and just play what you feel. And then figure out the hits as you go. You know, just kind of figure out the form of the song as you go. And that helped a lot because I just didn't know. I only knew church music at that
Yeah.
point. He was trying to put me on to some other stuff. And I was like, that was cool. Like,
Yeah.
no, I don't really hear about that no more.
Right.
Like the whole mentoring,
Yeah.
take the young boy under your wing or young girl
Yeah.
under your wing and really show them like what's out here.
No, absolutely.
Because it's not just necessarily what's in these four walls and
Yeah.
Yeah.
these hymns
Yeah.
that we doing, or just the regular songs that we play.
So are cats even? I mean, are cats even like really shedding now? I mean, like really shedding? Like
Shedding?
when we used to be in the church from
Yeah.
for hours and
Oh,
hours,
shed session.
4 or 5 kids.
Not without cameras. Let me straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, facts for real.
not without cameras, not just for the fun of it. I don't think so, at least. I mean, I've been out of that scene for
Yeah.
a minute, but not that I hear it to where we all just showing up, just on some
What-
hangout. Let's get
What
it.
turned me off about like a lot of shed sessions is because shed sessions would turn into drum offs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and because it'll be that situation where, because a lot of times what's happening is like let's just say we meet up at a church. It's that church kick there, but a couple cats might bring their kit,
Right.
And they full kit,
Right.
So you might have three kits. You know what I'm saying? It's 20 dudes just here. You got a couple keyboard players, bass player, maybe or cat on the organ, whatever. So me personally, I've always enjoyed making the music.
Yeah.
Like making the music with the band as a whole. And what ended up happening was it'll be this thing where start off this groove, playing this groove, and the whole band is playing, and then the band will start doing these hits with these 3-4 drum sets. So it'll be like, and that'll just go around, and then
You been doing that for 3 hours.
Then that then that'll turn into and then the rest of the instruments just cut out, and then it's just the drummers.
Yeah.
And everybody else just sitting there watching the drummers, and I'm like, and my thing is, it's like, all right, cool, but just my personal opinion, I'm more of a fan of making the music if I'm a shed.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
It's and I think it was, I want to say, I forgot who it was. Let me not say a name because I don't know who it was that said it. But it was once Gospel Childs came out, I think that's just where sheds went.
Yeah.
Just that direction. And, that was based around the drummer, so that's a different thing.
Yeah.
But people took that and applied it just to regular shed sessions.
I think I know what you're talking about. Part of me feel like it was Questlove. That was like the Gospel Chops just kind of ruined.
It could have been.
I feel like it was Questlove.
It sounds like something that he might do.
Yeah.
And say. But
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but it is. I mean, that's as great as Gospel Chops was, and it was awesome.
It was a good era.
It was a good. It was a good era
to a certain extent.
I think a lot of drummers took that, especially like the younger guys, took that and said, "This is how you play."
Yeah.
When even if you take one of those guys, Tony Royce, Thomas Pritchard, all those guys, they'll tell you that's not how you play.
Right.
That's just what we were doing for that.
Yeah.
You know, and
that's how you. That's shedding. And
that's shedding.
And that's like, because what's supposed to happen is, even inside of all of that, you're taking pieces of that and then just adding pieces of that to be able to fit inside of what you're doing. It's like you do, and we'll get to it in a second. But you do like a lot of country stuff. You're not doing all of that.
Oh yeah, you definitely not doing that.
You know what I'm saying? I do. I play a lot. I play a lot of rock. I play a lot of blues.
You're not doing that.
I'm not doing all of that.
You're there for time, and that's your job.
That's pretty much it. You might throw some feels in there. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing that I did notice, country and blues, they love us in that rhythm section. In that rhythm section, they love us.
Are we gonna go there at some point?
Oh, I'm here.
Okay,
I'm already here. Yeah, because I peep it. I've been doing it for, you know what I'm saying. And it's like honestly, it is what it is. It's almost like I'm gonna get in trouble for what I'm about to say. I'm going to get in trouble for what I'm about to say. It's almost like a. I don't know if I want to use that word because we're gonna get in trouble. Because people
Don't get in trouble.
Well, I'm just saying people gonna take it the wrong way, but it's almost like a. It's almost
you
like
gonna say it anyway, so just say it.
It's almost like a real light racism almost. It's not the mean kind. It's not the
Unpack
it. No,
Maybe not racism, but like
Stereo.
It's maybe stereotype.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Stereotype,
but it's that thing where it's like, oh, you black, you got rhythm, yeah.
You
know what I'm saying?
Stereotype.
You black, like it's almost. Do y'all remember that episode of South Park?
I was just gonna say that.
He was like, dude, I never play bass. You're black. Play bass. And he gave him the bass. He was like,
and he's like, he was like, damn it.
He's like, yeah.
Shout out to James Brown.
What's good?
What's happening?
What's good, man? Definitely ready for you to come get on the pod as well.
Yes, sir.
But nah, man. So it's like, it's that thing, and then on top of that, we're good at it. You know, that's the other part.
That's just.
We're good at it. Because we come from a different side of the track than they do, right? So we come and we add the seasoning. There's a sound, man. We add that
everything.
We add that Tony Satchers. We add that Slap Your Mamas. We add that Danos. We add that, and it's the greatest thing that they've ever heard. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, oh yeah, you're our drummer. You're
riffing awesome. Take a shot, bro.
Exactly. And that's what happens. And that's what happens because just the flavor that we add to it, man. So okay, maybe I take that back. I recant. It's not racism, but it is
Stereotype.
Well, I'll say the word. I'll say the word properly, but it's but yeah, it is that flavor.
We'll say flavor.
Yeah, it's that,
sauce.
and they look for it. They look for it and expect it out of us. For sure.
I get that
for sure.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, because like when you look at these even the major turn acts, when you look at these rhythm sections, you know what I'm saying, it's very peppery up there.
I mean, I would expect it out of us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. If I see a black drummer or a black bassist, I'm expecting some sauce.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm gonna look at you.
Do you ever feel just like when you run into that one and they ain't got it, and
that's what I'm about to say.
You just be disappointed. You like, you're supposed to.
Yeah, you're
making us look bad.
You making us look bad.
Right. You take your black card.
Because now what you just messed up the rest of the gigs for the blacks, and they're about to go back over there to Connor, and Connor is going to take the rest of our gigs.
Shout out to Jeff Jones.
Yeah. Jeff Jones in the building. What's good, homie?
What's happening?
Jeff, we need to chop it up tomorrow. We need to chop it up tomorrow, so holla at me.
So, I know you said you play piano and all that. So, do you ever play keys on, play gigs on keys?
I've never ventured out to play keys on gigs only because I know a lot of keys players, and I ain't down.
Yeah.
I'll just let you have it.
I played for 3 years at a church. I was actually technically minister music. I was teaching parts and everything.
Wait, was you at a point playing drums and keys at the same time at the church or something like that?
Okay. So
unpack that.
Yes and no. During regular service, every Sunday or whatever, I would be mostly on keys and teaching parts and doing all that stuff, just doing that, and then singing on occasion, and we had like the pastor's son playing drums, and I would mentor him and teach him what to do and all that stuff like that. Now, when it was like a special service, and I had some special friends with special skills,
Right.
then I would be like,
Church anniversary, passing wife anniversary.
You know what I'm saying? Then I would
choir annual.
Facts.
All that, yeah.
Then I would move to drums and have Quidden play keys, KJ play bass, something like that. It would always be that, and have them come in, and then we can be really rocking, because then I'm in my natural state at that point.
Yeah.
But everything else, all the other times at church, it was all on keys, until it was my minister of music appreciation.
Yeah.
And I just sat back.
Yeah.
I'm chilling.
You know what I'm saying? So I sat back and had Joe Shine play drums, and then them play keys and bass and whatever.
Man, you just hit a hell of a segue, because I was definitely gonna ask. So when I first met Brandon Price, he was playing with this, I still think, iconic band named Friday's Foolery. Friday's Foolery. When I was getting on their nerves, I would call them Thursdays. Thursday shenanigans.
That is
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
I forgot about that until you just said it. That's crazy.
But no, man. Friday's Foolery, man. Y'all were just different. It's like y'all had like the jazz fusion thing, but my thing with like a lot of jazz fusion acts or like fusion acts or whatever, a lot of them, most of them are very talented, but not all that entertaining.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they sit there and they be cool
just
and play
about the music.
Great show, but it's not just all that entertaining, right?
Energy.
Not a lot of energy in there. Then you see Friday's Foolery and they're animated, they're funny, and the talent is, it's like they're not using the animation to match. Yeah, they're not using the gimmicks to cover up for lack of talent. Everything is there. It's like it's all beast on every instrument. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
And Friday's Foolery, y'all were just them dudes, man. What happened? I'm just gonna, as a fan, I'm just gonna ask flat out, man. What happened?
I thought about.
There was a David Ruffin. Who was the David Ruffin?
Wow.
Who was the David Ruffin?
But now, man, like if you could talk about it, like what happened, man?
Yeah.
We asked Felix when he was up here, but I'll let you answer.
What he say?
Don't worry about it. What does Brandon say?
Replay that.
Brandon side of the story.
Right.
Nah, it's been years now, so I've had a lot of time to think about it. You know what I'm saying? How to answer this question. But at the end of the day, man, there was a lot of pandemic. Right, pandemic happened, so a lot of there was a lot of just sitting around and kind of whatever. But I guess leading up to that, man, I'm gonna speak for me. I can only speak for me. When was Max born? 2019 for sure. I know for me, once I had a kid, I didn't know it necessarily at the time, but so I wasn't able to articulate what I was kind of going through at the time. But having the kid kind of switched up my whole outlook on things.
And I'll do it.
Before then, we hitting every Tuesday. We just out. I'm just out in Deep Ellum, just out.
Yeah, just for hell of it.
Every goddamn day of the week.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
same.
So I'm just out here, and then once that happened, something in me clicked, and I was looking at things a little differently as far as, is this helping me as far as being able to take care of my kid that I got now, and is being at 3 links till 2, 3, 4 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that conducive to what I got going on right now? After so much time, I started getting, for lack of a better word, disinterested. I'm not. Oh, that's the wrong.
Priorities changed.
There we go. My priorities changed.
PR.
Yeah.
And it was.
I can do it with other people. I can't do it with myself.
Well, yeah, my priorities changed, and like I said, I can look at it now and understand what's going on, and what was going on. Back then, I was just questioning, just in my own head, just like, man, you know, I feel like, gotta go out here, you know.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was always a fun time.
Yeah.
Great time. Love the people at 3 Links. Love my bandmates, of course.
When you got a kid, $65 a man don't make sense.
It don't, you know, and we was doing it for free, essentially, or everything was going into the band.
The band again.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just, I was just up there, you know, trying to build the brand and trying to do that. We were moving, we were doing some stuff. You know, we had a whole album that was recorded. We had music video, like an actual music video, not just a playing video. Like we were characters and doing things in the you know, and you know, but not being able to explain it or to explain what I was going through to everybody else kind of looked like I'm just disinterested. I don't care no more.
Got you.
And yeah, I didn't know how to say it. You know what I'm saying? And then but by the time the pandemic came around, everything shut down. Yeah. And then it was kind of and you know, people were moving in their own direction as well. We really liked that about our band as well. That we can also be doing other things. Felix had Lowbrow.
Yeah, Lowbrow Collective.
Yeah, Quentin had Quentin Gray Project. KJ had KJ&M. I was with Casey doing the country. You know, I was they
had them Grays.
Them Grays.
Well, they came a little later, but
and Jaquay was doing his he was doing some solo stuff too.
What happened to Jaquay? Because we ain't seen him.
Oh man, Jaquay up in New Jersey.
Oh, he not even out here no more.
No, he did, bro.
Okay.
He did, man. Him
okay.
Him and his partner moved up there, I think, for a job.
Okay.
Or whatever, and so he up there chilling.
Cause man, like all y'all, like just from the person, all y'all had y'all different personalities. All y'all had y'all different talents, man, and it just meshed. Like Friday's Foolery was from the name. I'll tell you this, and I'm gonna say this publicly. It hurts my heart to say it, but it's the truth. There has only been one band that I was afraid to follow. There's only been one band. Don't put the close up on me now.
don't worry about it.
There's only been one band that I've been.
Your name on the screen.
There's only been one band that I've been afraid to follow.
Yeah.
And that was, damn it, Friday's Foolery. I'm gonna tell you what happened. So I threw and we made.
Is this the band that you had for?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They became my favorites that night.
Absolutely. So I used to do this toy drive.
I remember that.
I used to do this toy drive every year at this spot called Loose and Low in Deep Ellum, and so one year I did it. I had Friday's Foolery. You know what I'm saying? And Funk Your Feelings was always the closing band.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And and mind you, none of the bands that would be up there was peons.
I was gonna say, you wasn't like you was
like no, I wasn't picking sorry bands. Like no, I wanted this to be a knockout drag out show. You know what I'm saying? And the showcase, and we did good every year.
Yeah.
So this particular year, it was 4 bands. I forgot who the 2 bands leading up to that was, but it was Friday's Foolery and then us. Now, mind you, I've seen Friday's Foolery a lot. Like, I would go to 3 Links, kick it with them. I would, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Go support them. But I don't know what happened this particular night. They got on stage and they did
the Holy Ghost.
Dude. And I'm sitting there watching, and we next. And I'm sitting there watching them, and I'm watching the crowd, and I'm like, shit. I'm like, bro, they are up there kicking and this is around Christmas time. So they did it was like this version of
he was in our bag. Then.
Oh, dude, it was like this version of 12 Days of Christmas or something. And if you've ever seen KJ, I would love to have KJ up here, but he don't return calls. But that's neither here nor there. J. Carlos Lowe's, what's good, homie? Yep. We could probably add KJ to that list of people that don't call me back. Aaron Weaver and KJ Gray, they will not call you back. But anyway, so they got up there, and if you've ever seen KJ perform, you know, of course, he animated. KJ needs to be in a Disney movie somewhere. For sure. He needs to be in some type of Disney movie, but it's like, he was doing this thing, and they were going back and forth. Him and Jaquay, they was going back. I'm a 12-day agreement, blah, 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 blah. And then Jaquay was like, and I'm just sitting there watching this dude. Yeah. And of course, Quentin being Quentin, Felix being Felix,
of course,
you being you, and no.
2 and 4, dog.
No.
Spent 2 and 4.
You know what I'm saying? And so before you continue with that BS, we don't do that fake humble shit up here. You're gonna pop your.
It's all Jesus.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all Jesus.
Just pray for me, Doc. No,
pray for me, Doc.
No, you that guy. We don't invite.
For His glory.
We don't invite.
I'm just a servant.
I appreciate that.
But I'm just sitting here watching this, and I'm like, yeah. We gonna get up there and do what we do, but my heart was like, but they got up there and and that's the one and only time I've ever been like, okay.
Y'all went up there. Any anniversaries? Any
any birthday parties? Like, dude.
I mean, that band.
Y'all was 1-on-1 for real.
It was a pleasure to be a part of that for sure. Like I wish things would have went a little different. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it is what it is.
So, question: how did Friday Foolery come about? How did y'all even join?
Okay, so I'm gonna take a lot of credit for this.
Okay,
I'm
gonna take a lot of credit.
Pop your shit.
It could be different. It could be different. I'm gonna take.
I originated it.
I'm gonna take some of the credit. First off, so if we go on back to them days, it was like I said, I would have Quentin and KJ play at my church, whenever possible, because I was like, you know what I'm saying, and we all went to when I got back in school. After failing out of UNT for partying too much, but I digress. But we all ended up going to Eastfield.
Okay.
And we were in the jazz band and stuff, doing the music thing up there under Dr. Oscar Paisley. Okay. Awesome dude. But anyway, doing that, we were doing that for I guess maybe a couple of years, I guess, or. Year and a half or whatever it was. So we were playing with each other all the time, you know what I'm saying? And Quentin and KJ are like family. I've known them since they were from birth, pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Okay. We all went to the same church back in the day. My mom and their dad went to the same high school. It goes deep. So I mean that's like family. We call each other cousins all the time. Like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It ain't always blood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But so that was that. We were already kicking it and doing whatever, hanging out and playing and whatever for a while. And then we would they would come up to the house, or I would go to their house, and we just doing whatever. We're all big Disney fans. We're all big just cartoon fans or whatever. So we would just be doing shit like that, And Jaquay went to our church as well back in the day. So I've known Jaquay since I was like 3.
Oh wow!
I guess. So one day that I remember, we were sitting at I think we were at my house, and for whatever reason, a couple days before, I was listening to y'all remember that cartoon Rescue Rangers?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Chippendale Rescue Rangers, like that. for whatever reason, I was listening to the theme song. Chip, 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 and and the bass guitar was thumping on that song. They was, and that was like an 80s. So they was in it. You know what I'm saying? Them theme songs back then was in it, dog. So
absolutely.
I was like, yo, this is killing. You know, so I was like, yo, this. I think I was listening to it, so therefore I floated the idea. Right. It was like, we should let's learn this, or you know, just whatever, you know. And we learned it, put it on YouTube, and we were like young. You can look at us if you look it up, it'll say Friday's Foolery, DuckTales, or whatever. We did DuckTales and Chip and Dale. We put those on YouTube, and we were just playing. And I had Jaquay sing, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, or whatever. And me and Jaquay were already working on like his stuff. Like he was doing stuff before we were all doing anything. And so at some point we were pretty much like, well, we should just
be a band.
Do this. We had another guitar player before. We met him at the Eastfield, and he was cool, but he was learning. He was more in the learning thing, and he was also into videography and all that stuff like that. So he started doing that. But then I remembered, or somehow, however it happened, me and Felix went to UNT together. So that's where I know him from. Had him come through. Boom.
Yeah.
I would like to say that I came up with the name because I remember being on the phone discussing names.
Right.
Me and Jaquay argued about that.
Was it a Friday night and y'all?
That's what I swear. I swear.
We gotta ask.
It was a Friday. I swear we were just fooling around.
Yeah.
Friday's Foolery. I thought I made that up. Jaquay would argue that point because it was me and him on the phone. He would argue it, but I'ma say I had a big hand at least. In the inspiration of the name. But either way,
trademark, boy. Y'all better.
It was. We all came together just through knowing each other for a long time, long time. You know what I'm saying? And just growing up around each other, playing music and all stuff like that. So,
man, y'all had this. We got to move on, but y'all had this one tune, man, called, what was it? Side Effect.
Side Effects. Yeah.
Side Effect was. This was the all-time close the night song. I've never heard a better thank you good night song than Side Effect. What's the name of that song? Side Effect. Like bro, I still got videos and it's like every night that y'all did it, it's the same song, but it would almost feel different. But it's the same song, and it was like that was y'all signature. Like how were y'all just sitting down coming up with stuff like that?
Shoot. Well, I'm gonna put most of it on Jaquay and Quidden.
Okay.
Jaquay with the lyrics for sure. I think he wrote all the songs as far as lyrically.
Okay.
And then Quidden wrote most of the, probably all of the chord changes and arrangements for sure. For sure. And then, now we were pretty much good about like everybody being like, well, what do you hear? So when we get to KJ, well, what do you hear? Just the bass line. Felix, what do you hear for the, and then drums, what they would ask, like, what, play what you hear to this for the most part. Nobody came in playing the other person's instrument.
Right.
We needed to go boom, got like, not really. If I started playing something, then it's like, okay, that's cool. Let's tweak it a little bit just
instead of the boom to the cat. Right?
There was no boom to the cat. It was always, what do you feel on this? And then, okay, cool. Now we got a little skeleton of it. What can we add all around? It was pretty open as far as, hey, can you do?
Phil Joseph in the building. What's good? What's good, homie? Real good dude.
It was always open to be like, oh, Quentin, what if you did this? It was kind of like that. So we were just messing around, like we were just playing,
fooling around.
Just play an F knuckle 7 right here.
We would essentially just kind of shed on the song, and then where that kind of took us, and then we would arrange it in hits and whatever. It just kind of came to us, and we keep that, and we'll just form a song after that.
That's what's up, man. I'm gonna pivot real quick, man. What's you've you homegrown Dallas, Texas.
Yes, sir.
What's your take on the Dallas music scene today?
Dallas music scene. I would like more growth.
Okay.
And this is me where I am now.
Yeah.
Looking at it, right? Yeah. Dallas, man. If you write down how many folk came out of Dallas, it's insane. Like and who they played for and blah 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 blah. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah. And so the fact that Dallas is not Atlanta.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? I get what they came from nothing. Yeah. And boom, now they ATL. Like that's nobody can take that away from them at all. You know, I'll even say Texas as a whole, really, because I can say the same thing about Houston too. To me, they had their moment. Yeah. But I mean, that was more hip hop. But just had their moment, and you had the Chris Days, and you know the guys come out. But like, even living up here in Dallas, I don't, aside from certain people, I wasn't hearing like, yo, Houston, we gotta get down there, you know, or I would hear that about Dallas to some extent, and maybe that's just because I'm here, right? But like, you have the Ericas, you have the Leon Bridges, you have certain people that come from the DFW area for sure, like, you know, they come from the DFW and it'd be like one-offs.
D lowercase FW, I got you.
Hey man, I don't want no smoke.
I got you.
I work a lot out of forward now. I got you. But you know, you have like spot dates. You got like certain people that come out and do things, and it's for whatever reason, it just doesn't feel that the industry that's here matches the names that might have moved up.
I see what you're saying.
What I'm saying? Like,
I see what you're saying. It's like it's cool. It's cool. Like talking about it, but on paper,
it don't look like that.
Yeah, it don't look like that.
I shouldn't be playing for 4 hours for $50.
Man.
But yet, the people that are doing it, or the people that might come through or swing through your spot, are playing for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, legends.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not legends just to us. Legends worldwide, dog. It's what that baffles my mind sometimes. And, you know, you put us up against LA and New York and people like that. I mean, as far as pound for pound, musician for musician, I think we up there next to
for sure.
Next to everybody.
Sure. I mean, the only if I'm just talking about talent, just pound for pound talent, the only conversation that's in the same breath as Dallas might be Philly, to me.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I can see that.
Other than that, everybody else is secondary.
Yeah, but I mean, and big ups to all those cities.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because they got killers.
It's some good stuff. They got it's some good stuff out of us. It's some, but it's like when you go and you look at the other music scenes and stuff like that. It's not. It don't pop like Dallas.
Yeah, it don't pop musically like Dallas for sure. Business wise, I feel like Dallas, like Fort Worth got it.
Got what?
Depending on what scene you're looking at. Let me put
what,
it that way.
What Ritzies?
Fort Worth, the business part. Oh. Just they got like label.
Club Ritzy.
Yeah, that's how. Ritzies and Billy Bob. That's all Fort Worth got.
Shout out to Billy Bob.
But hey,
they paying bills.
Hey, Billy Bob. Hey, listen.
I've played there now many times.
I have too. And
great establishment, great people. They all cool over there. I love them. But
Billy Bob's and Ritzies. That's all y'all got in Fort Worth.
But like,
that's why y'all keep coming to Dallas.
But think about it. Like,
so tired of it.
You got venues, and this is no shot to these venues at all, because I played at these venues and I love them too. But like, I feel like there should be more when you're a band or you're an artist that comes out of Dallas that's reaching a certain level, you're getting some buzz or whatever like that. I feel like it should be easier to get into some of the bigger venues. Whether it's opening for bands that are coming through or whatever, and it doesn't seem to be. I could be just talking about maybe my niche of people or bands that I know personally that should have been doing, crazy stuff by now, you know what I'm saying? But then nobody's knocking on their door asking. And, you know, like the fact that certain bands haven't played trees.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
We just
yeah.
right across the street from where we normally play.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. And that's not a big venue, but it's a nice size.
Yeah.
And like, we not even getting in there, or we not getting in Bomb Factory to open for whoever, or, you know, and there's a lot of business that goes into that, as I've learned now being who I play for, but still, it's like, it seems regulated to certain venues. Like a good three.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel that. I
won't choke on here, boy.
Yeah. But I also feel like that even with that, it's twofold. It's twofold because the talent is there, but the business sense ain't there.
Yeah, the business ain't there.
And unfortunately, while I will put us up against anybody talent wise, I mean, I'm not even talking about the venues and I'm talking about us. I'm talking about the artists and the musicians and the instrumentators, right? Like a lot of my comrades unfortunately are not prepared for opportunity.
Right. It's facts.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these cats will get a call and be like, okay, cool, send me a press kit, and they'll be like, what's that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Send me your this. You're a dope artist. Do you have any originals? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or man, I came and I heard about this band. And I came to Dallas to check this band out. And the thing said they supposed to start at 10:30, but the band didn't show up until 11. And they started at 11. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I was looking at the lead singer of that band, and man, he looked pretty toasted. Man, he looked pretty drunk. And you know what I'm saying? And it be little stuff like that hold the scene back as well. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? And
you Deep Ell famous. So we can talk about that.
Man, listen.
You Deep Ell famous, and you good with that. And you good with that. And that's
your
the
ceiling.
problem. Yeah, that's the problem. One thing about Friday's Foolery, we wanted to, of course, put on for the city, so we wanted to be rocking in the city. Yeah. But a big goal was we need to spread out.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And y'all could have.
And we felt we had the look, we felt we had personality, we felt we had the music, we felt we were getting the business together as well. I mean, we were doing things, had our own merch, had the press kits, had the like the commercial of us. Just teaser trailers or whatever. We had the music. You know what I'm saying? We had it like ready to go. You know what I mean? We had the video ready to go. Like we was on our way to really figuring what it was out, because we were listening to people, man. You know, at the end of the day, you gotta, wherever you trying to get, you gotta talk to people that are there or been through it or whatever. Yeah, for sure. And so we were getting, hey, you need this, you need that, you need that. Okay, let's check these boxes out. It's work.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
So for those who are not willing to do the work and you just want to play, then you just gonna play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bar. Absolutely.
That's real. You know what I'm saying? Like you get out of it what you put into it. And it like you said, there's two sides of this music industry thing. Yeah. And in order to make it or get ahead or get a step, get to the next step, you gotta pay attention to this. You should probably pay attention to that first.
For sure.
Just get it out the way. You know what I'm saying? At least just have your ducks in a row, so when the product comes and you feel like you got a good product, then you already got the machine, or at least your machine. It don't matter. It ain't gotta be a label. Y'all independent. Yeah. Y'all got at least the groundwork to be like, okay, well, we can do this at least. Yeah. And it costs money. You gotta be willing. Yeah. We played at 3 Links for 7 years, I think.
Yeah, y'all held that.
And we never took home a dime to ourselves from each one. We were like, put it into the band account. This is gonna fund camera people to come in, whatever, videographers to come in, picture photographers to come in, whatever we need, studio time, by all this stuff like that. Like, you got to do that. Yeah, it's a sacrifice that how much do you love it for real? How much do you believe in yourself for real? Do you feel like you really have a good product that you think people, not just Dallas, but people around the world or around the United States would enjoy.
Yeah.
We felt like we had that, so we had to take the steps to get to where we felt comfortable sending things to people and being like, this is what we got.
Yeah.
So.
Mark said, preach Pastor Brandon.
Facts, man.
Far from a pastor, dog.
But it's also difficult to do. Like, it's easy to do that when you're younger. It's difficult to do that.
Come here to preach to you today.
Stop.
But it's, man, when you got a family, that's
let me tell you,
when you got a family, man.
Look, man. At the end of the day,
when you got adults and bills,
yeah.
Stuff, yeah.
It when the split happened, I'm not gonna say it was on the greatest of terms. You know what I'm saying? You family. At that point, we were brothers. Everybody's brothers. Everybody's family.
Yeah.
Families fight. Families bicker.
Absolutely.
And I'm not gonna get too much into all that, but it is what it is. And when you're younger, and you don't know how to necessarily explain everything you're going through on your side, I'm speaking for myself, or whatever, or receive what somebody else's, whatever, like the criticism or whatever. I mean, all bands go through it. It is what it is, and the pandemic didn't help nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I mean, once look. Once Max came through.
Yeah.
And he came through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He came through.
You came through, then he came through.
You know what I'm saying? So, once he came through, life, it was, I mean, and they tell you that, like, it's like something just clicks.
No, for sure.
And certain things wasn't making sense to me no more.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I was necessarily saying that.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't. It was just my inner.
Your actions.
Yeah. I was being.
You know, let Jackie sub for me tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
First of all, Jackie, the homie.
Yeah.
But
absolutely, he is the homie.
I would only sub when I really couldn't be there. Let me say that.
Oh, okay.
But as far as I'm just saying, but as far as when I was playing or just getting to the venue or just the gusto that I had before, and I was like, let's go, we about to get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm practicing at home. You know what I'm saying? Or shedding by myself or whatever. A lot of those things took a back seat once, and I didn't realize it until I was like called out on it a little bit. Yeah. And I was like, oh, well, I guess so, Yeah. But in that moment, you're not trying to hear nothing like that because, like, I know what I'm going through, so therefore, I'm going through that. Yeah. And if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Yeah. And it kind of was what it was, and and we all ended up kind of just splitting ways at that point, and no love lost because I understand where I was at that moment and I understand where everybody else was as well. Yeah. We were all younger. We were all just trying to do this thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's a hard thing to do. Like it ain't easy. For sure. And it definitely ain't easy having 5 members who are good at what they do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got 5
David Ruffins, man. It's wild.
I'm not gonna say David Ruffins, but I'm not gonna say that. But
nobody wanted to be Otis.
Yeah.
Everybody come to see you, Otis.
Right.
Nah, I mean, I don't know. But at the end of the day, you got 5 different personalities. You got 5 minds. You got 5 different ideas of how to do things or whatever. And in the creative process, it was cool. But when I was going through that, and I'm going through them changes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their opinion, but I'm the one going through it, so I'm handling how I'm handling. I didn't know this is my first time going through this, so I don't know how to handle it. Yeah. But somebody got to take a back seat. It ain't gonna be my child. You know what I'm saying? So without me trying to do that,
that's what
it's what happened. And I'm not even gonna run from that. That's exactly what happened. On my end.
Mark wanted us to ask you about that one time y'all had to play for a swole lady. Is that a good tale?
Yeah, that sound like.
If he's talking about a specific moment, that's in my 20s, my early 20s, And that's a blur. That's a blur.
He said
I remember.
The
funny thing about that. I'll speak on that for a second. The funny thing about that is, the church I play for now, she go there. Front row.
Yeah,
amazing.
Oh, well.
Front row. Yeah. And that was actually my first gig. Like, Mark, I forgot where we met,
yeah.
Mark, but I forgot where we met. I don't know if it was a church thing or just maybe school. I don't know, but I forgot. Maybe he can remind me where we met.
Yeah.
But either way, he called me because I didn't know her. Yeah. He called me for a gig. He was playing bass and for this lady, and she's a biggin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Biggin is crazy. Biggin is crazy.
I think the term is stud, right? Stud.
Okay.
When you know what I'm saying, old school stud. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so, you know her.
I know.
Okay. I know her. Yeah, you got. You got to. We ran this. There were same circles. Okay, you remember the spot?
Okay.
In Arlington. You remember that? Like, it was called the spot.
Yeah.
I remember it was like a blues thing, right? And I played a few weeks there or whatever like that.
I remember the spot.
She came to that place. Like, she knew the owner of that place. And
was she older?
Older, yeah, she older. She got to be in like probably 50s or something like that now. I would imagine
Let's talk.
Look at him, he laughing like what? He laughing like what? But she was actually my first gig. She did like I guess soul type of singing, bluesy type of singing or whatever. But that was my first gig I think ever outside of school and things like that. Like in the Dallas, just getting into it. I think that was my first gig. He called me for that. So thank you, Mark, for calling me for that. Because that was definitely an experience, for sure.
Already.
For sure.
Already, man. Listen, DFW Shed Sessions, we having a super dope conversation with the good brother Brandon Price, man. He's sitting here dropping some grown man gems. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff.
Gems too.
Man, listen, some stuff that we really need to hear, conversation that really need to be had. We're going to take a real short pause for the calls real quick. We got Professor Mel Will, Lou Paul Beats, myself, again, Brandon Price. We're going to take a real short break, and we're going to be right back. Y'all don't go anywhere. Remember, don't bust that nut just yet.
Wow.
We'll be right back.
Living in a daydream, praying that you can kiss me. This is where we should be. This is our eternity. Never say never, ever. Take the limits off. We're in this together. We can have it all. Moon in the sky, flashing street lights, flashing street lights.
Work that thing, baby, work that thing, work that thing, come on, work that thing, work that thing, you gotta work that thing, baby, work that thing, you gotta work that thing, you gotta work that thing, baby, work that thing, you gotta working that just like a 9 to 5, the baby, she be heavy and be holding it down, I do it, I'll let her, she move.
Not too long ago, and it involves my brother Sean Martin.
Okay.
So it was in our early days of traveling and touring, and I'm gonna keep the artist, incognito.
You can do that.
But we're in San Antonio to play this showcase because this record that we did with this said artist is about to drop. Highly anticipated record, and it's about to change the game. And so, blessed to be in this band with Sean and some other cats from here and abroad. And Sean is Sean Martin then.
Yeah.
Like we know Sean Martin.
Yeah.
Like we know who he is then. And we done rehearsed, hours before the artist got there. And we just like at this rehearsal studio just waiting. And we out at the van, and this artist, finally gets there. And we done ran the show like 3-4 times at this point. We outside, doing what we do. And the artist said something fly, like, what y'all doing out here? Y'all supposed to be inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, we pay money, we pay good money for this. So we look around, like, yeah, well, we allowed the MD to speak. Like, this is his job. He's like, well, we already, ran the set, you know what I'm saying? We good. We're just waiting for you to get here so we can do it. Now, y'all just keep running until I get here. See, that's the problem. Y'all should be glad that y'all got this opportunity. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all should be glad that, that I handpicked you to be here. Sean Martin, and he's standing in the door of the van, smoking a square. Sean doesn't even look this artist's way. He takes a drag. I got a Grammy too.
I love it. I love it. Like, hey.
And the artist, like, you could hear the lump. Like, hey, so, yeah, you know what? Y'all go ahead, finish your cigarette. And, when y'all want, like, let's say, what, about 15 minutes?
Yeah.
It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful night. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're so lovely. Everyone's so
lovely. It's a lovely night, man. We having a good time with the good brother, Brandon Price.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel, DFW Shed Sessions Podcast. Follow us on Facebook. And you guys can also follow us on TikTok and Instagram at DFW Shed Sessions Podcast. So we also got some other great things for you business owners. Looking to promote and all that. Jay, what we got for the people?
Man, listen. So y'all been asking and we delivered, man. Y'all asked about ad placement and stuff. We call this is a situation where it's like, hey man, help us help you. All right. So just for a small fee, turn to your neighbor and say that ain't much.
It ain't much.
Turn to your neighbor and say that ain't much.
It ain't much.
All right, man. Y'all can hit us up, man, and we can get you ad placement on the pod. We can either accept your ad or we can do the ad for you, whichever tier that you're looking for, whatever, whether it's an event, your business, anything like that. You're looking at the flyer and the information right there, and we'll definitely get y'all taken care of. Speaking of ads, I had a really good conversation with the good brother Mark Ayers. And he has an event coming up. Mark, if you would, please talk to the people and let them know what you got going on.
Family, what's going on? This is your guy, Mark Ayers Jr. Hey, give me about a few seconds. I want to tell you about a dope event that's happening May 18th at 5 o'clock p.m. in Arlington, Texas. Man, this is called the Soul Few Sessions Concert. Man, I'm telling you, it's going to be phenomenal. I know people hear it all the time, but hey, we have put together something that's going to definitely inspire you and fuel your soul, man. I'm telling you, these guys are bringing it. I got my guy Ryan Brockington. I got my guy Church for the World. I got my guy Malcolm Christopher. myself, I'm gonna be performing some stuff that you ain't even heard, man. I need, that's why I need y'all there, man. I need y'all to let me know how y'all feel about the new music. I'm telling you, and it's hosted by my guy, Kelton Javon from We Push and Praise radio show on KNON. Man, I'm telling you, you gotta be in the building. Get your tickets now. It's limited seating. Don't wait till the last minute, okay? It's limited seating. Once the tickets are gone, they gone. Benito, bye-bye, all right? I love y'all, man. I want to see y'all in the building, man. Share this and spread the love. I love y'all. Peace.
Appreciate that, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that. But yeah, man, so y'all make sure y'all support the good homie, support the brother, man. That is a solid lineup. You know, anything that y'all want to know about the event, just let them know, man. But it's a really good lineup. Yeah. And that's how the ads work, man. So appreciate you, Mark Ayers, for your support. Again, help us help you, man. Appreciate you and all that good stuff. Lou, what you got?
Yeah, so let's get to the let's get to these social media plugs.
That was the wrong one. That was the wrong one. You should have did that.
No, the little drop thing.
all right.
The Mario.
Yeah, so Professor Mel, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on all social media platforms under Professor Mel Will. That is Professor Mel Will.
All right. That's all right. All right, so my good brother J Ell Groove, where can we find? I say good brother.
Good brother.
My good brother.
Country.
You all right? Nah, man. You can find me Facebook, J Ell Groove, Instagram. Who is J Ell Groove? I'm also on Snapchat, TikTok, all that good stuff under J Ell Groove. If you want to dabble in one of my many conglomerates, you can follow me Facebook and Instagram at Another Groove Project, because it's just another one of my projects, man. Whether it's marketing, photography, videography, anything of the sort, we can go ahead and get you right. Also, if you want to dabble in some of this fifth level couture, you know what I'm saying, get your dress game right. You know what I'm saying? We got hats, t-shirts, all that good stuff, man.
White pants.
We ain't got. I got you, B.
White bell bottom.
We ain't got no white gauchos. sorry, Wayne. Sorry, Wayne. We ain't got no white gauchos.
Can't wait to get to that. I'm just patiently waiting.
Well, nah, man. We got you, man. So if you want to get your fifth level drip on, just holler at me.
Yeah.
What about you, Lou? Where can they find you at?
So y'all can find me on TikTok and IG, Lou Paul Beats, and also check out my music. I got some music out on all platforms. Lou Paul Beats. Got some nice chill hip hop, instrumental lo-fi-ish music. Okay. So add to your playlist.
Sure.
Yeah. So my good brother Brandon Price. Where can we find you on social media, my good brother?
BP.drums with a Z.
Mm-hmm.
On Instagram, Brandon Price on Facebook, Brandon Price on YouTube, and BP.drums again on TikTok.
Okay.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope, man.
All right then.
That's all right.
So we step into these segments, so we got some more interesting questions to ask.
Oh man. Now we just
where y'all want to go?
We just had. You said we got one to go.
I said where y'all want to go?
Oh.
I know we had the New Edition breakup band conversation. So.
Oh man, that is funny to me. Where we want to go? No, man. I do have a question for you. A serious question, man. You are a husband. You are a father of three beautiful little chitlins. You are a artist, musician, but you're also just Brandon, the person. How do you balance those people?
Well, it was definitely a process for sure. Give credit to my wife. She's definitely been a rock through whatever changes I've been going through. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm glad I met her through the scene, if you will. Just
Yeah.
and so she already knew what it was as far as musician life.
I was gonna ask you because she's actually one that understands what you do because she was in it.
Yeah. And so I mean, when we started dating when I got this gig that I'm currently on.
Okay.
And so I was happy about that because it was like both things were new, and this is what it is. Like I wasn't going from being home every single day and then all of a sudden I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of all happened at the same time. So on the relationship, mixed with the job or whatever, I'm glad that those started at the same time. Thank God, you know. But I mean, once kids started coming into play, I mean, man,
pull out, Brandon. Jesus.
Nah.
He said, nah.
Nah.
For what?
Like, why?
That's mine.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, once kids started coming into play, you know, like I said before, a lot of things changed as far as just how I went about, how I moved. You know what I'm saying? And being in Deep Ellum, every day, you know, because there was something happening
Literally every day. Yep.
There was a band, homies, whoever playing every day. So it was something to do, even though I wasn't necessarily playing, you know, whatever, something to do. And so
back when it was safe.
When it was safe.
For real.
When the YNs wasn't out.
Yeah,
Everywhere, you know what I'm saying?
The profit bar day.
It was, you know, and, you know, that was the time, man. That was the time. But, I mean, once kids came through, man, it was a lot of, I ain't got to go out tonight. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of that. It was a lot of, like, you know, we both was used to that. So, therefore, I'm not, I would feel bad sometimes going out and then going, you know, even if it was going to see somebody play or just me going to play, you know what I'm saying? I would feel bad sometimes because I'm like, man, I'm just leaving her home with this baby. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I was going through a lot then. So it's like,
I got you.
but I mean, as far as overall, I mean, now we're in a groove. You know what I'm saying? It's just, we've been doing it for going on. This will be our 4th anniversary in June. You know what I'm saying? So, and 4th married anniversary in June. And then 8th year of being together or whatever. And so it's like, now it's a well-oiled machine. We know what time it is when I got to go. She know what she got to do. You know what I'm saying? When I'm home, I know where my position is as far as taking care of the kids and doing what I got to do so she can get done what she got to do. You know, but I mean, it's a juggling act. You know, with kids growing up and getting in sports and getting to school and doing all these things, it's just something that you got to have a plan A, B, C for any situation that can occur. You know what I mean? And you know, so like I said, I always give credit to her because she help out a lot. You know what I mean? Like she keep me straight and just trying to figure it out. When I'm just flustered with stuff, she'll help me give just different points of view so I can better plan where the family needs to kind of head the direction. But I mean, it's work, y'all.
Yeah,
so that's gonna be my mantra for this.
So do you do music full time?
Full time.
Okay.
Full time. I picked up stuff before. You know, like one of my good friends is a shout out to Marcus. One of my good friends is a chef. So I've done that whole thing. You know, just part time. You know, busting suds or you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just to bring some extra in or whatever. But you know, now she has a full time gig now.
Okay.
So now I went back to, because for a while it was just me.
Yeah, I got you.
It was just me, and I was.
Oh yeah, grinding.
I was grinding.
For real.
Taking every gig I can take.
Yeah.
Teaching at Guitar Center. I did that for like 10 years. You know what I mean?
Dude, I fibbed because earlier I said we met with you playing with Friday's Foolery. That's Guitar Center is how we met.
In Mesquite?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's actually how we met when I first met Brandon before I knew anything about Friday's Foolery or whatever. That's actually how we met.
Yeah, because Pat. Was it Pat that was working there?
Yeah, Pat.
He was
Pat.
working there.
It was
Chandler
Pat,
was working there at
Chandler,
one point.
AJ.
Yeah.
AJ. A lot of different people. Because what it was, so actually me and Pat we got hired on the same day. Yeah, we and that's
Oh wait, you was working there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the
He used to always see them tambourine players come
man.
in.
Listen,
Don't do that.
Hey, y'all, don't even
Don't
get
do
me started
that.
on
I've been
tambourine.
quiet.
yes,
Don't do that.
get started on the tambourine player,
Brandon.
Y'all saw what I said on Facebook. This lady
Listen.
I posted it and everything. I said, look,
Get some help.
hey man, are you a tambourine player? Are you a tambourine player?
I am.
Damn. that was well placed. you be on beat though,
Yes.
and you know when it's your time to play.
Yes, I do not overtake my steps,
Okay,
and
'cause
I don't get on y'all territory. Whatever, dude. I don't get on y'all territory. I know when to play. I know when
I'm
to
glad
be.
we're here. This is a fun one right here.
Yeah.
Cause like order my steps
Brandon.
ain't it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like,
It's not it.
it's not it.
A real tambourine player wouldn't do it. on
I'm
this song.
hearing. I'm. When was that? That was a couple weeks ago. I'm here. We playing some slow song, some worship song, whatever. And I'm hearing like you trying to swell like you a cymbal.
Swelling on the tambourine
You know what I'm
is
saying?
crazy.
And then like we all got in-ears and stuff going on, and we playing with playing with the track or whatever. So we on this time, but you in the audience.
Yeah.
So there's like a split-second delay.
Right.
Oh man.
But I can hear you coming through because the mics are hot. I can hear you coming through. Why you so loud that you coming through the praise team's
Golly.
mics though? We all like, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm not like that, Brandon.
I'm not like
I'm
that.
glad you're not
I'm
like that.
different.
I'm glad you're not like that. My mom tried to check me that day.
Really?
Yeah, I be hating when she be on my Facebook. Like, don't worry about what I be saying.
Yeah.
But
nah.
she called me. Now, Brandon, the Bible says make a joyful noise.
Nah.
I said, Mom.
She hit you with the scripture.
She tried it.
Yeah.
I said, but the Bible also said, let it be a sweet sound.
Yeah.
To his ear, and that wasn't sweet.
That wasn't
was
sweet.
tart.
That was sour.
That was, you know what I'm saying? That was tart. That was tart as hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it don't sound good. I'm like, he made my ears, right?
Right.
So if it don't sound good to me,
Yeah.
Do
it
you
can't
know?
sound. It can't sound good. to him.
But then the other that about and this is why I got an issue with willing workers and the church, because the church have been lying.
You talking about Brandon people?
The church. I don't care. I'm talking about my people too. Whoever. I'm talking to Texas.
Yeah, I was a willing work at one point.
I'm talking to Texas. But all I'm saying, but you first of all, while I was a willing worker too, but for one, the talent was there. And then two, there was somebody there to help me develop the talent.
Yes.
They did not lie to me and say, "Oh, bro, you cold."
Yeah.
No.
No.
I didn't get none of that when I was growing up. It was like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, when we started,
Hey, go ahead and get up out the drums.
when we started,
that pat on the shoulder will humble you, bro.
humble you.
Bruh.
When we started, I remember during like let's say we made it to youth choir, right? I remember my minister of music would put on a metronome during practice.
Oh, you get stuff thrown at you in culture
During
church.
church. And we was it was me and this other dude named Damien, and we were both the young drummers or whatever. Would put both of us on during practice. Put both of us on the metronome. Stay with this, because we would get excited.
Yeah.
Do a fill. You didn't come in exactly on the one.
On
so
that
now,
one.
now we shifted the tempo
Yeah.
or whatever, or just play fast because we excited.
Yeah.
You know, we kids or whatever. It happens, but I mean that was just one of them things. Like, and we didn't like it. Like, man, why you putting this thing on? Let's just let us play, or whatever.
Nah, dude.
But it is what it. If it don't sound good,
Right.
And now the other kids can't say their words because you going too fast.
Right.
It don't sound good, dog. Like, hey,
And then if we're gonna go biblical, study to show thyself approved.
come on now.
It's like we had to work at this thing. We had to work at this thing. We had to put hours into this thing, man. And so earlier we were talking about like, now they got it to where, just any and everybody. I played this one gig a couple weeks ago. I played this one. It was a church anniversary. I played this one gig, and they had a guest church that come, and this dude on these bongos came and set up the bongos. I don't know, buddy, and
He just came and set him up.
He just came and set them up. Now had the bongos with the sticks, so he's loud.
Oh man.
So he's loud,
Which lets me know you don't know how to play bongos.
Right.
and he's loud,
Not at all.
and we singing like this, like one of the tunes was like Total Praise.
Of course.
And I'm like, and I'm like, you know, and
Drum at the wrong gig, man.
and I'm like, bro,
man.
and I'm like, bro, but then it's like, okay, obviously, whatever church this dude was with, obviously nobody has just like said, hey, bro, you don't do that here. You do that to another,
Type
you
of-
know
yeah,
what I'm
type of
saying?
song. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, or it's like, yo, it's like, all right, cool. Come, like, and so I'm on the drums. I'm like, okay, yo, hold on, you too loud. Build up right here. You know, little stuff like that. Because another thing I was taught was dynamics.
Yeah.
I was taught dynamics. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was taught, like, yo, like, set a. I hate this word, but set a vibe, set a wave,
Yeah.
set a mood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Set an atmosphere.
set an atmosphere.
Set the atmosphere. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All that stuff, man. And so that's what I came up on. And
Yeah.
now you just had it like just any old person, like, oh, I joined the church. Ooh, well, I played bass
Right.
a couple times when I
Right.
was a kid. I'm
Right.
50 now.
Right.
I want to pick it back up now. And I'm just gonna sit up here with the musicians that practice and that do this and that do that to perfect their craft. And I'm just gonna sit up here and do that with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Ain't
like,
the
nah,
same,
bro.
man.
So
It ain't a bike.
both of y'all as drummers, what I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a no. But y'all take on somebody just coming in and they decide they're just gonna play with you or play with the band.
Like as a percussion player? Just
Anybody.
get up, or just
just
whatever you gonna
anybody.
play?
Don't know, just randomly. Oh, I'm gonna play with y'all today.
Nah.
Who are you?
Oh yeah, I don't like.
This literally happened like 2 weeks ago
I'm
at
just
a
gonna
service.
play?
I went with my church.
Yeah.
And the church was already small. The church was smaller than this apartment. But I ended up getting there a little late because I didn't know we was going up right away.
Yeah.
So I was a few minutes late. And then like during the sermon, this dude just brought in his guitar and his amp. Don't know him for anybody.
Wow.
And just set up, hey, I'm gonna play today. During the sermon.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
So then when Pastor started hooping, I'm playing, what key is it in? I'm glad his amp wasn't up because
Shaquan Ross, what's
But
good?
anyway.
Appreciate you for pulling up.
What's happening?
But that's crazy. Nah,
Man. Yeah, that's a nah.
Yeah, that's a nah, bro. It's like, nah,
who called you? Like,
Yeah.
As drummers, that's everybody gonna look at him like, nigga, what you doing?
Yeah.
But nah, man. All right, man. Let's go ahead and move on to these segments, man. We got some recurring segments that we do to deep dive and just get to know the guests a little bit more, Brandon. And we call this first one Top 5.
I watched that podcast too. Yeah. He be getting it.
Pretty great.
He be getting it. That's funny.
All right, man. We call this one Top 5. Now, so I'm gonna ask you real quick: who are your top 5 least favorite drummers, and why Dwayne?
Whoa.
Top
Top 5 least favorite drummers.
You love them.
Why is it Dwayne?
And why is it Dwayne? Why is Dwayne all of your?
Man,
least
look,
favorite?
it's 5.
I'm messing with you.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was about to go in.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that segment. Just make a Dwayne segment. We'll get to him.
Call this the F Wayne segment.
Straight up.
Man,
I'm
listen.
with
You are as myself. You are a big fan of the Disney movies. And stuff like that, man.
Yes, sir.
And we've actually had this conversation years back, but I get to spin the block one time.
All right.
What's your top 5 Disney soundtracks?
Ooh, soundtracks. Yeah. My top.
That's a good one.
My top.
They don't have to be in any order.
Well, this is gonna be my top, and the other ones probably won't be in order. But this is gonna be my top. Probably is Lion King.
Okay.
It's no skips.
Okay.
Straight classics. You know. Let's go Lion King. Let's go Toy Story.
Okay.
Love that whole soundtrack. Tarzan for sure. That's 3.
That's 3. You got 2 more.
Ooh, now it's getting so many Disney movies. Aristocats.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a good
a
one.
lot of jazz in that one. And number 5. Let's see. Oh, an obscure one. I got into Latin music because of this particular movie. It's called The Three Caballeros.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And starring Donald Duck and 2 other birds. I forgot
Two
what their
other
names
birds.
was, but it was essentially a movie about just touring all the Latin countries, South America, Mexico, and going to Puerto Rico and all that, and just exploring the music in those countries. And that's what really got me messing with Latin music for sure.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely surprised. So for me personally, like you know how you said you had that one and then everybody else is secondary. For me, it's Tarzan.
Tarzan slaps.
Phil Collins
was in
did
his
his
bag,
big
dog.
one.
He was in his bag.
I listened to those just like forget the movie. I listened to those. You know what I'm saying?
you know what? I would say that
Phil Collins like just the overall.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I'm saying? And I'm surprised you didn't say Hercules.
this that'd be the one I forgot.
Yeah.
I was trying to put that obscure one in.
Yeah.
But Hercules would have been
No.
know,
You can't
would've
take
been
it
in
back.
there.
You can't take it back.
6. Would've been,
No.
but no order, right? No order. But
Go in there somewhere.
Tarzan gets the most listens.
Yeah.
From me for sure, because it's songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
these like actual songs. This ain't
Actual
no just
songs,
yeah.
exactly. But
Yeah.
man, 1995, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
when Lion King came out, I was the story. I was just mesmerized by the whole. Hans Zimmer did his
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Just putting that together,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna slide in. I know you said 5, but I'm gonna slide in on the instrumental tip.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Same
Same composer.
Yeah.
He's the best to me
Yeah.
composer for movies. Period. To me.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. All right, cool. So the Doug, man, Doug, I didn't know you'd be pulling up over to the Shed Session. What up, Doug, man? Shout out. Appreciate you
What's happening?
pulling
What's
up.
happening?
One of my good brothers from Nate's. This next segment, we call this one Playing in the Wrong Key. So this is like our version of, pet peeves, what grinds your gears, stuff of that nature. So what's playing in the wrong key for Brandon Price?
First thing that comes to my mind is not learning the music. And I know how I roll.
Yeah.
As soon as I give you the music, first of all, I'm booking you well in advance.
Yeah.
I don't like to, we'll get to doing it in a second. But
This is crazy.
if I need a sub or anything like that, or on any instrument, whatever, it doesn't matter. But if I'm booking you, I'm gonna let you know well in advance.
Yeah.
Well, so maybe a month if I can help it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a month, and you're gonna know, and you're gonna have within that week of me telling you that, you're gonna have the music. Period.
Yeah.
So I don't understand when you get to the gig or you get to the church service or whatever, and you just learning it during sound check. You learning it. You might have listened to it in the car. We've all listened to it in the car and figured it out. But if you're not used to learning things on the fly like that, then don't do it. Like know your limits on what you can do.
Right.
Yeah.
Because for like when I get stuff for like, let's say if I play for cover bands, they send you, if they send you anything, 30, 40 songs, so you gotta get that pretty quickly and learn it pretty fast or whatever. At the very least, the basics of the song.
Right.
But if I gave you, especially like original stuff, if I gave you some original material to learn, this is how the song goes. This is the song. You come in there making up your own parts and doing whatever.
Right.
And I'm gonna catch it. You know,
Yeah,
I'm gonna catch it on the second verse. We're gonna be all right.
I'm gonna follow you.
I'm gonna follow you.
I'm gonna follow you. I'm looking at you. You know what I'm saying, on these changes or whatever. It's like, but you had it for a month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To piggyback that, punk's just professionalism.
Yeah.
If I choose you to sub, especially to sub for me,
Oh yeah.
me personally, whether it's church, whether it's my gig, if there's an emergency I gotta do, you know, I need you to be me.
Yeah, yeah. No, for sure.
Essentially,
Absolutely.
be me, be better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't one of them that will hire somebody that's trash to keep my job. Like I'm alright. You know what I'm saying? Like
I've always with people that do that. I've always felt like that makes you look worse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That makes you look bad.
To me, that would make the person that you're playing for feel that you think less of them.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna put this little whoever on drums just because, just so I can keep my man. Like I'm gonna get you the best that I can find or best available or whatever. And more importantly, they don't have to be as good as me, but if you put in the work. You know, let's say for the artist I play for now, I've only had to miss one gig, and that was because my daughter was born. But my third child was born. And but I picked the person who I felt, and I've seen him do it before, would literally chart everything out. I'm talking about he would take the live taping. So he wouldn't just listen to the songs. He would also listen to the concert tape that we give him.
That's good.
And he would literally write down, chart out my feels. Just because he was like, I don't want it to feel like you're not here.
Right. Yeah.
The train needs to keep moving.
Absolutely.
If you ain't on that type of time, then you need to stop playing.
Yeah.
Don't ask anybody for gigs.
Sure.
Don't do nothing because you're a representation of them because they chose you.
Right.
So you're not finna have me looking bad.
Right.
When I get back, I don't know who that was.
Yeah.
Like, you know, nah. Those are my pet peeves. Learn the music, be professional, know the music. It should be like I'm still there.
Absolutely.
Period. Be on time.
Sheesh. Yeah. You only get one B.
I'm like,
Yeah,
he's on his third one.
I can.
we all can go for days.
Yeah.
I got a whole.
Show up. Yeah.
Show up.
I've been like even in the DFW Shed Sessions group. DFW Shed Sessions. It's been a lot of y'all hiring these.
Some of y'all be tripping, man.
Y'all hiring these cats that ain't showing up to the gig that y'all hired.
And I'm with the call. I'm with the calling out.
Oh, for sure.
I'm with that type of time,
Same.
man. Because at the end of the day, you can't keep burning people.
Yeah.
Cat. My thing with that is my thing with that is about the calling people out. A lot of cats keep doing stuff because there's no real repercussion. You feel what I'm saying? They feel like they can keep doing it because there's no. They ain't getting no pat on the hand or they ain't getting none of that. It's just and they're able to move on and do the same thing to the next person, as opposed to that person get called out. Either they gonna learn from what they did because they not gonna get hired no more 9 times. I remember that post. You that dude that did
like you gonna have to do some real work to get
for sure.
your name out the mud.
Absolutely. So I'm with it too. So
they be calling people out in the group,
bruh.
So
they be calling folks out. And I be with it. I be like, yep. And I'm like, all that anonymous stuff.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Like no. Stand on it. If you calling that person out, stand on it.
Yeah.
Nope, this person did this to me.
Yeah.
And I'm just letting y'all know.
And I got receipts. And I'm spell correctly, if you would. if you would.
Because Adventist.
Because Inventus is wild work.
That's a
I
was like, what kind of church? they worship on Thursday.
worship on Thursday. That's what it is.
All right, man. This last segment, we call this one up. Sheesh, I did that one already. We call this one Gig Tales. All right, so good, bad, or ugly. What's that one gig experience that you had that you could talk about?
Emphasize on
right.
This actual experience might be interesting segue
Okay.
into something else. If y'all feel so led. No, just regular. You know.
Yeah.
So, for those that don't know, my current gig, and you can look up the artist on my page and all that stuff like that. I won't say nothing else like
Come on,
that.
like flex.
But it's in the country realm. I am a brother.
Yeah.
So the first thing when I signed on, my first thing was, what type of fuck am I about to run into?
Right,
you just don't know. You know, you don't know. Everybody ain't the same. You know, everybody didn't grow up the same.
Trust me, I know.
So one time, and I've only had this happen, let's say twice.
Okay.
I think twice. In all the years I played with this band. So that's good. Love that. One time, we played a show. I don't know where. It was, what's the city of the aliens apparently landed in? Roswell, New Mexico or something like that?
Yeah.
New Mexico. Yeah.
Something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
We were playing the show in Roswell. Played the show. Show was over. I was on the bus. Got off the bus for whatever reason. And this dude comes up to me. And he was lighter skinned.
Okay.
And but the type of lighter skin that may have hung out with the darker skin.
Okay.
Maybe. You know, who knows? We not a monolith, first of all.
Yeah.
Just because you know a couple of them, don't mean you know all of them, big dog.
Yeah.
I don't know what they let you do over there.
Yeah.
And that's their business. They let you ride with that, that's fine.
I already know where it's going.
You know what I'm saying? Now, he didn't call me directly. Because if he would have called me directly, it would have been a whole different situation right in front of that bus.
Yeah.
But he was like, man, really enjoyed you playing, right? Y'all was killing all the things or whatever. And then he's like, you know what they call that though? And I was like, what? What do they call it?
Yeah.
That's some nigga shit. Right? The way he said it didn't get him punched. Because I know what you were trying to say. You know what I'm saying? You know how that's some nigga shit, bro. You know.
Yeah.
So I know what you were trying to say. It was the A.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't a hard ER. It was the A. You know, so I know you was trying to be cool. You felt like you were trying to be cool. Right? Once again, I don't know what your homies in New Mexico do. But you can't just be walking up to anybody and just letting stuff fly, big dog. Like nah. And you lucky the people I run with in this band. I'm the only black person in this band, but the people I run with in this band, it would have been a different story if they would have heard you say that. It would have just been different. And shout out to them. I love those guys. You know what I'm saying? But like, totally different story. So I let them make it as far as I'm not punching you in the face right now. You know what I'm saying? I decided to educate them a little bit and be like, hey, they might let you say that around them in y'all circle or whatever. You know, think Paul Wall. You know what I'm saying? That kind of that kind of dude. And I'm like. But I'm like, Paul Wall wouldn't even do that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
If anybody had a pass, it would be somebody like that. He would never. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I don't know what y'all do out here, but where I'm from, you don't just walk up to nobody and think it's cool to say that to me. You know what I'm saying? And you lucky somebody didn't hear you because it wouldn't have been. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been no talking.
Yeah.
We got an Italian on the bus, old school Italian.
Yeah.
He would have threw fists first.
Yeah.
Period. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, chill out with that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Or whatever. And he, you know, once again, of course he was drunk. It's always, it's always that.
Of course, yeah.
Super drunk, you know what I'm saying? And then this lady came up, this older generation lady.
Jesus Christ.
And so he said the same thing to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I was just telling him, this is some, you know what I'm saying? And then
why even?
This is what I'm saying. You know, this is what I'm saying.
He's definitely drunk.
Why
super
repeat
drunk.
yourself?
Super drunk.
Yeah, definitely
Probably
drunk.
forgot what I said as soon as I said it. You know what I mean? He was gone.
Yeah, he out of there.
Or whatever. And she repeated it. Because she was just repeating what he heard. But she was drunk as hell too.
Oh.
And it was like, I'm going to get on the bus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because y'all getting too flagrant out here.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna hit you because you a lady and you an elder, and I'm not finna throw down with you or whatever, cuss you out, call you all the names. But I'm like, you said it twice now, and call somebody to repeat
one
it.
in one ear and one.
Call somebody to repeat it, thinking it was cool.
Yeah.
And I could slap the out of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying.
Yeah, you good.
But you know what I'm saying? But I'm not, so I'm about to get on the bus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I got on the bus and I was like, all right. I told the guys about it. They were like, yo, oh nah. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, don't even worry about it. He gone now. Whatever his, whatever. And I let that go. And it only happened one other time. Recently.
Oh wow.
That was some years ago. This was recently, but he wasn't even to me. He wasn't even around me.
Yeah.
Dude was just talking to his friends, all white boys, talking to his friends. But you know how you got that one friend that everybody's like, this,
Yeah.
He was that for them, right?
Gotcha.
And so he was just talking, and then my one of my bandmates was sitting next to him. We were bowling. We were bowling. And he was just talking to his people.
You look at my back,
my back was cool that night. You know what I'm saying? But like, he was talking, and he was just talking to his folk, and just rang it off. Not talking about me, just in conversation. Yeah. And then my friend was like, "Yo," like called him out. It was like, "Yo, we don't even vibe like that around here or whatever." Dude, he got on dude so bad that dude ended up. I'm in my headphones. Listen, I'm in my own world. All of a sudden, that dude comes to sit next to me and starts apologizing profusely.
And you're like, what's going on?
Has a beer. As a peace offering.
Oh wow.
And I come to find out, dude, like my bass player, he lit into him. It was like. He was like, man, I'm not that way. You know how I go. I'm not that way. It's just something, or just slang we use and all that
I
stuff
have
like
black
that.
friends.
All that slang we use and all that stuff like that. And he was like, what would be a good apology to my friend? Would be a beer. And he took his ass right on up there to the bar, came and sat down next to me, told me what he did, just apologizing profusely. Drunk, of course. And if it wasn't, if he didn't, he was saying the N word, the N word, that he was using that terminology, but then, as the apology was going, it took a turn, because obviously I don't know what the N word means. So he had to let me know, because maybe it wasn't registering to me. He had to let me know what the word actually was, and then my guitar player was sitting right next to me. He said, "Yeah, we just used nigger as da 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 da," and my guitar player looked straight at him. It was like, you just did it again. Like, nah, hey, yo, now you got to get the hell out. Like, now, I know you was at the bar, bowling out with your friends, but we telling you got to roll. Pretty much. And then he rolled, and they did not say a peep. During this whole thing, there was no, hey, what's any problem? None of that. They knew. They knew either what type of dude he was, or that he was just that friend that was like, here you go with some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So he left. They didn't bat an eye. They kept on bowling.
That's crazy.
And we kept on bowling. And it's like, thank God it only happened twice.
As
far it shouldn't happen at all. But whatever. But that's one of them things. Right?
I'm gonna tell you, man, because I've played in some of those circles too, and shout out to my good brother Tim and Travis. Play in a band called Ten and Tonic, and we it's the same thing. A lot of places that we play at, I'll be the only one within a 20, within a 20-mile radius.
Be a whole festival, thousands of people. I'm the only one.
I'm the only one, man, and it's been a couple situations where we went and I've talked about it. I've talked about it on the pod before, man. But Tim Man actually slapped a dude. He long story short, this cat drunk. Cat drunk, called himself talking noise to me. It just so happened that Tin Man was standing closer to him. And he let that N word fly out.
Bam.
Real quick.
Tried you.
You know what I'm saying?
Tried you. Don't try me.
So while I've been in some of those same situations, and I know it's the same for you. Luckily, we're around people, or we have
Yeah.
people with us that
For
will
sure.
have our back.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And that's dope. But sometimes being in those arenas can be kind of,
Yeah,
know,
you
for
mean
us,
you out your element.
Yeah,
You-
it's like
you the only one there.
yeah, you the only one there, man.
Man,
And then,
Jeff said 20-mile radius is crazy.
dude,
Hey, that's a fact though.
Jeff, I'm not over exaggerating.
Country will take you to some cities that you ain't never, some towns
I'm not
Speaking of
over
that,
that you ain't never
exaggerating.
heard of.
you
man.
remember that gig we did?
Yes.
Rednecks.
Rednecks with paychecks.
Rednecks with paychecks.
Yeah, we
And we was the only two.
ones.
We was the only two.
And we
black
was on stage. That was my first time having a
people. Moonshine.
moonshine. It was
Yeah.
some peach cobbler. moon-
Yes, sir.
First of all, that shit tastes good as
Yeah, I bet.
Yes, it did.
whew. He was like, "Don't take too much, you will die."
Nah.
I was like, "Understood."
Well, try this. We played at a spot called Hillbilly Haven. I should have known then.
Oh, of course.
I should have known. It's in the
name.
name. It's in the name. I was at a. It was another situation. It was like this biker bar. Like just picture whatever biker bar that you've seen in a movie. It was that, and this is like it was like right here in Pleasant Grove.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I went. I got there first. Now none of us had ever played here before. I get there first. Confederate flag on the wall.
Yeah.
In a frame. And then I was like, oh nah. 10 men pulled up behind me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on? I was like, hey, 10, I ain't gonna be able to do it. And he was like, what you mean? What's going on? And I looked. I was like, you see that on the wall? And he looked. He said, hold on for a second. He went over to the bar. I don't know what he said. I don't know what he told him. But they came from behind the bar and took it down. And he said, hey, we gonna do this gig. We'll never play here again. And that's exactly what we did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a different scene.
Yeah, it's very different.
It's a different scene. I can't say that I've seen, thankfully, I guess, I haven't necessarily seen too many Confederate flags per se.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen them make America great again.
Just finna ask you.
But you know, I'm not
Seeing the orange faces.
I'm not a politic dude.
Yeah.
Like I was raised to like you don't talk about it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, like, you
That's
don't-
your
that's
personal,
your private
yeah.
thing or whatever. And people, you know, people's opinions. Everybody got different opinions.
Yeah.
Or whatever. There's things about certain politicians that I might mess with. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain stuff that I might not. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not here to tell you who should vote for or who. I don't care actually. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? You know, we'll see what happens when whoever wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
what can you do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is. So I don't really get into it that much. So when I see that kind of stuff, I'll be like, you know, hey, that's what you're doing, bro. You know, whatever.
I'm a pivot real quick. I want you to picture a younger version of Brandon Price. Younger version, trying to find himself, find himself inside this thing that we do and all that good stuff. What would the Brandon Price today, what advice would you give him?
What advice would I give him? I would probably say
Pull out.
I was about to say that. I was about to say use a condom. That's funny. But no, never that. But sorry, baby. No, you know what? I would have probably. Oh,
Find
here's a
themselves.
big one. Here's a big one. No. All right, here's a big one. I would have told him to take school more seriously when I got to college. For sure. Like once I got to UNT, there's a party school already.
Yeah.
And I was doing it.
Yeah.
And I was in the school of music and everything, audition, got in, all that stuff like that, and wasn't putting enough time to my craft as I probably should have.
Yeah.
I learned the lesson, thankfully, once I went back to school. But at that point, nah. And then maybe get out earlier.
Okay.
Get outside earlier.
I got you.
I got outside, I think, at a good time, but as far as even more outside, like out the state type thing, you know, I would have probably told myself to do that. Just explore what LA might have. Because Dallas didn't necessarily have it at that point, that infrastructure. Go to LA early, or do something early, like go to these spots, Philly, New York, early, to kind of maybe get your foot in the door a little bit earlier than it took you. Because I feel like I was good enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, God's timing, God's plan, yada. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? So, but I probably would have said that. Definitely school. For sure, school. Finish school.
I feel that.
If you started it, finish it. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. For sure. Yeah, I said that.
Knowing who you were back then, after he got that advice, what would his response have been to you?
Excuses. Receptive.
Yeah.
I would have listened to the information. I don't know that I would be in the mind frame to accept the criticism or accept the advice and push through with that.
Yeah.
You know, because I was in a new environment, and I'm not gonna say too sheltered, but sheltered. My mom was strict. You know, we was in church all the time. We were doing all that stuff. So once I got to UNT,
it was free.
balls to the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was parties every day. Just that whole lifestyle.
Frat parties.
All that, boy. All that, man. You know what I'm saying? And putting on my own parties with my friends and things like that. Shout out to 8301. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we was on. You know what I mean? And you know, you popping popular in college, or you doing whatever. You know, just a lot was happening, and I wasn't ready for a lot. I should have. One other thing to add to that, finishing. Go to Eastville. Go to somewhere else first.
Yeah.
Get that stuff out the way. Because you know, that's just another excuse. Man, why am I doing math and I came here for music? Why am I there's so many excuses you can give yourself, and at that age you'll fall into those excuses real quick. You know
Absolutely.
8 o'clock class, it's raining outside.
Yeah.
Don't feel like going.
Oh yeah.
I'm not finna walk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna walk to class in the rain. Like any excuse. You know, and that'll get you.
GPA be 0.0073.
You on academic probation, suspension. I done went through all of them at UNT, and it was I learned a lot as far as from the musicians, just jamming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Doing little gigs around town, whatever. But as far as schooling and actually get through it, I should have finished, and I should have put more work into that than I did.
I feel that
at that moment. Yeah.
Brandon, we told you that you was coming on here just for a interview, and we did not lie to you. However, there's another piece of it that we wanted to do. We wanted to actually take a second to give you your flowers. Now, we don't have a budget to give you real flowers, nor do we have a budget to give you real ones, fake ones.
Just happy to be here.
But man, listen, I've known you for quite some time. I've actually had the pleasure of seeing the growth of Brandon Price, seeing the growth of when we first met, just at Guitar Center, just, you know, you giving lessons to now, man, this family man, I've seen the party guy, I've seen the, you know, that guy, but just this dude that's about his wife, that's about his kids, that's about, you know what I'm saying, making sure that you doing what you need to do to provide. I mean, I remember you when you had hair. You know what I'm saying? Good times. J Kells, what's up? J Kell in the building. But just seeing how much you've progressed in life, just not as a musician but as a man, seeing how much you've done, seeing how consistent that you've been in life as a musician and as a man, it's a really good thing to see. You really do, whether you believe it or not or know it or not, you really do set an example out here for a lot of people. just by how you move. Your name is not in a lot of stuff. You're not a part of no drama, mess, anything like that. You're literally out here doing what you love to do, and you're doing it with the people you love. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you're still doing what you love to do and finding time to make those people that you love a priority. You're making sure that they're taken care of. You're making sure that they're good, and you're making sure that you're still on top of who you need to be for your craft. You're just an overall solid dude, an overall solid individual. We love you. We genuinely love you. We genuinely love to see you doing good things, and we want to see you continue to do good things. Y'all make some noise for Brandon Price.
Yes, sir.
That means a lot, for sure. That means a lot.
Real
man.
talk, real talk. But we see you, man. So for sure, man. Lou, what you got?
Yeah, man. Like he said, man, definitely proud. Been seeing all the things that's been going throughout all the years, from Friday Foolery to the artists and just all the things you done, man. Definitely want to have you back because we know you got a lot of stuff.
It's a lot we didn't even touch.
And to say about Gummy.
just if we could just take a moment to just say fuck them.
Long as we got time
But
to shout them out negatively.
But now, man, but listen, with that being said, DFW Shed Sessions, we appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. We thank y'all for rocking with us, following us. Please make sure you continue to like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow Brandon Price just to see what he got going on. Follow each one of us, man. We got Professor Mel Will in the building, Lou Paul Beats in the building, myself, J Ell Groove. Again, tell somebody what we got going on. Continue to support, continue to do all those good things. And remember, it ain't going to suck itself. Fat people fall hard. We'll talk to y'all later.
Fat people.
That's
what?
crazy.
Fall hard.
It ain't gonna suck itself.
I wasn't expecting that one. Not at all.
I don't think I heard that one. Either one of those.